So it's Friday. I'm exhausted and I don't know what from. Maybe it's just life in general or something. My hair color is still going strong. I didn't think it would last this long. I guess just what having the red in your hair is about. But I think I look better without my sideburns. Um, oh, fuck me. See what I mean? I was supposed to, meet a man yesterday who, when I was 17, I think I was 16, honestly. I was 16 going on 17. I lost my virginity when I was 17. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I was 17 or 16. In that age category, I have a really hard time with remembering what age I am in any memory that I have. I think the reason for this is just the dissociative identity thing. I don't know if it's normal for other people. I know it's normal not to remember your ages, but in my case, there's a very specific reason for it, and that's because instead of imagining myself as the age that I was in the memory, I actually imagine myself as the age of however I feel in that memory. So if I'm remembering a memory that happened recently where I was, let's just say 19, but I was operating primarily from alters that were most active when I was 15, I actually will visually hallucinate myself and feel myself in that memory to be 15. And when I was 15, I had my long hair. I had long hair for a while. It was fucking miserable having long hair, never going back to it. I don't feel like myself. My hair is long. Oh god. So tired all the time. I can't actually wonder if there's actually fucking something wrong with me. Like POTS or chronic fatigue or Jesus Christ. So yeah. Shit, I shouldn't have made that noise. Fuck. Fuck. I'm embarrassed now. Fuck. What was I saying? Yeah, no, I'll visually see myself as whatever age that alter the memory. Because that's what having identities is like. Identity thing. And anyways, when I was 16, 17, this man came along and we fucked, but he was 30, and the age of consent in Ireland is 17, so I was either 16 or just turned 17, this was in and around about the time period at which I had my birthday, my 17th birthday, and it was consensual, out of that, he was one of the most respectful, which is not saying much. Yeah, one of the most, not the most, but like in comparison to a great deal others, not the worst. But the worst was an actual rapist. I can only realize now how weird it was that I was so young that he could see me in that way, even though I was so young. Because I can't imagine seeing someone that young that way. When I was 19, I did date a 17-year-old, and I don't know if that makes me a hypocrite. Although he was like a few days away from turning 18. I don't know if that is like maybe the same excuse 30-year-old dude that had, but I can't imagine myself now dating a 17-year-old. It's just it's just, I guess maybe just turning 20 does that to you, because you're literally not a teenager anymore. So I don't know if I'm a fucking hypocrite or what, but I can't imagine being 30 and looking at someone that way who's that young. I can't even imagine wanting to at that age. When you have enough life experience that a 16, 17-year-old would just bore your ass off. Be there wanting to talk about philosophy or documentaries, and you're having to fucking entertain someone who, even if you don't think that they're a child in comparison to you, they're on the level of a toddler, intellectually at least. There just would not be much to talk about, I can imagine. And mature for their age or not, there still wouldn't be fucking how? What kind of a connection would you have, and based on what? You know? Honestly, I don't know. I was supposed to meet up with him yesterday because he's wanting to give me gifts and stuff. He wants me to send him clothes that I like. And this is uh he wants to fuck me because we were fucking for a while. And I started to think, hey, what happened when I was 17 was kind of weird. Really old. You were a lot older than me. What made it worse is that he used to babysit me when I was a toddler, and he was like a kid, like 13 or whatever. I don't know what age he fucking was. I know. I I didn't really have a dad. I had one, but he was a shit one. So I clearly remember being a toddler and um trying to get grown ass men to be my new dad. Trying to get them to stay. And he was one of them. He wasn't a grown ass man, but and he was well aware of this, like what it he was well aware of the way that I felt about him when I was 2 years old, because he kept a drawing that I had done for him when I was 2 years old of me and him. I loved him so much as a kid that I blocked out all memories of him when he had to leave. So when he had to leave, because what life goes on, I suppose, and there was no more babysitting jobs to be had in my house, I actually blocked out all memories of him having looked after me until the night that we got talking, and he mentioned that he used to babysit me, and I was like, really? And then suddenly all the memories came flooding back, and I started crying. So I told him that I guess I told him, you know, and yeah, it sounds a lot worse when you say it out loud. I'm really getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this. I'm getting sick of this. I'm beginning to wonder now if him attempting to buy me gifts and stuff is a form of love bombing. I didn't meet up with him yesterday because I thought he forgot. When when I would try to meet up with him before, he'd flat out forget. I'd wait. I got really really attached to him when I was a teenager. I guess worse and worse. Cause I got his phone number. I stole it off my dad after my parents found out we'd been sleeping together and blamed it on me. Blamed it on me. Because I was 16, 17, whatever, just barely reached the age of consent. They blamed it on me, and then looked the other way, and, Mom slut shamed me, actually. Literally. Did the same, and I lost my virginity, too. Said I had, dishonored the family. Some bullcrap like that. Anyways, fuck. He, stole his phone number off my dad's phone. Just didn't have his phone number before then. He had to go, obviously, because even though they blamed it on me, he still was not allowed to stay, you know? So he left. I texted him like crazy because I was lonely as shit and missing him and worried I wouldn't see him again, or at least see him for a long time. And I guess I just got clingy like that. I guess I really do. I never thought of it as being clingy before. Yeah. And I even actually went to his house. And he was behind the door. And knocked and asked him if he was there. But he wouldn't open it up. And he said it was because he was anxious. But now I'm beginning to wonder, was it because I was a literal teenager? And he didn't want to be seen as a literal teenager? Anyways, he was convinced I had no feelings for him, that I was just being a dumb teenager or something like that. Which is funny given the situation where, like, more than having feelings for him, I was practically engaging in some, uh, like, feelings I had for him were kind of inappropriate and based off of deep grief. Deep grief. No, I really mean it when I say deep fucking grief. Like, I mourned the loss of this man when I was a kid. I fucking mourned that shit. A case. Eventually we started talking again. He realized I did in fact have feelings for him, which struck him very deeply. And then we fucked a little bit. It really wasn't very good. It'd be like 5 seconds. 5 seconds. And he always talked big game about eating me out and stuff, but he never did when I was at his house. You know? We could only hang out for a little while before he'd have to go to work. Now he has a little bit more free time on his hands and he wants to see me more. But I honestly don't even know if I can get turned on with him because of the whole, that was kind of weird. Like, I kind of looked up to him as a kid as a big brother figure. So now for it to turn Sweet Home Alabama, and I'm not the one in the situation who can really be blamed. Maybe I should have known better at that age, or what? Yeah, should I have known better? Anyways, yesterday I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I thought he forgot. I popped into town quickly, didn't have my phone on me. That was a little window of time that we were supposed to meet up. He got busy again. And, yeah. And he seemed kind of angry at me. Which I guess, to be fair. But, um, I did ask him if he was around. Stuff. And I didn't wait. I didn't know it'd be so late. He didn't say anything about what time we would meet up at. He just said somewhere around about 1 or 2, but he wasn't around then, so I just fucked off and went on about my own business. Anyways, I'm beginning to wonder if him promising to pay me and give gifts to me, which he says he likes because he's a submissive in bed. And, I know what it's like to be submissive. Doing things like that does kind of turn me on a little. For me, not paying for people, but like doing stuff like, I don't know, random coffee in bed or whatever, just taking a very them focused role in the relationship. My needs, or I get fulfilled by serving their needs. Maybe that's part of the reason he doesn't see what happened between us as weird, because he takes a submissive stance in bed. And I do remember him saying something along the lines of, I'm sure other boyfriends don't treat you the way that I do. And it was like one of the only times I remember him actually eating me out. He was like, I bet none of your other boyfriends have ever done this for you. And I was thinking, no, actually I trained. Actually I trained my boyfriend to do that for me. And he likes it now. I fucking converted him, but you can continue on if you feel free. Feel free to continue on. I have this weird superpower where I can convert any man to eating pussy. At least I think I can do. There's only one that got away so far, but I will catch him. And I will make it one day. I'll fucking hunt that fucker down like a gazelle in the savannah. Yeah. But now I'm beginning to wonder if, though I do think he gets some enjoyment out of the gift giving thing, I tell him that I thought what happened was weird, but then that was actually, I told him what I thought what happened was weird between the two of us, and that's why I hadn't been responding to him for a little while, because I was thinking over how do I personally feel about this. Am I gonna be one of those people who thinks that age gap relationships like that are strange? What's my stance? And I've come to the conclusion that they very fucking much are. Just because if you're a neglected and lonely fucking person like I am, who comes from a not so great home, then, like, and you've hit puberty, all of those, like, sexual feelings and love for someone is going to get mixed up with the fact that you're still a kid and you're still looking for, like, an adult figure to guide you in the world, you know? And if those get mixed in with sexual feelings for another person or romantic feelings for another person, then the kind of bonds that can be formed is ridiculous, you know? And as a submissive, I'm already looking for that anyways, but I'd much rather get that from another adult who is aware of the reasons that I'm looking for this nearly parentified role in a relationship because I was so neglected as a kid, you know? Is aware that I have that vulnerability, and is aware of the reasons I'm searching for that. She's mad in this house. And is respectful
of, I don't know, like, was respectful towards that heightened vulnerability in me. And as an adult, I can go ahead and do that, but like when you're a kid and you don't have the greatest when you're a teenager and you're stupid, you're vulnerable in all kinds of ways. So just simply out of respect for that, even if you want to fuck a 16-year-old, you fucking shouldn't, you know? And I'm kind of glad I didn't meet up with him, because even though it would have been nice to have someone buying me shit, it would have been nice to have someone worship the ground that I walk on, God knows does my self-esteem need it, because these men be taking my confidence like fuck. I'm a fuck. Listen, I'm on the journey to become a badass bitch. If I have one more of these fucking men treating me like I am dirt under their shoe, and like, it, you're hindering my ascension, fucker. So that was another reason I decided to meet up with him, and now I'm beginning to wonder if the whole gift giving thing and the fact that it came right after I said, hey, I don't know, it was a bit weird. I don't know if I'm going to talk to you as much anymore. Mm. Yeah, it's kind of obvious to me now what was happening with that. And I'm much wondering, do neurotypical people just know this shit straight off the bat? Because I genuinely gotta take a second, make a video, and then think about it. So I feel this is shit that neurotypical people just know in the moment, whereas I gotta like think about it. Gotta thunk my way to social skills. Why can't people just be decent to each other? I'm too autistic for this fucking world. I'm too autistic for these fucking mind games. Why can't we just be nice to each other? Decent? Why can't you just wait until I'm like at least 20 years old before you decide to get your fucking 30-something hands all over me? Jesus Christ, Jesus. Have some self-control. Have some self-control. I don't like the way he's mad at me now. Like, I'd understand if it was simply a case where I'd forgotten. Or, like, you know... Jeez, why do I keep saying I forgot? I did not forget. I thought he forgot. If it was a case where we were still on good terms and we were just looking to meet up and maybe there was nothing going on, then I wouldn't be miffed that he's miffed. But now he's miffed, and I'm wondering, what right do you really have to be upset with me? What entitlement do you think you have to me? You're lucky you're seeing me at all. You know? The fact that you bought me gifts, what does that mean? And I'm honestly beginning to wonder if you didn't buy those out of the goodness of your fucking heart. Because, yeah. And that's one of the many things that have been going on with me recently. I'm just gonna name this video. No, actually, no. You might find this out of all of the men that be of all of the men that be fucking, what's the word? Out of all of the men who be cutting my stilettos down a few pegs, this guy is most likely to find my YouTube channel somehow. This is my friend's house. That's his family.